90 days ago, I was stuck. I had the knowledge, I had the experience, and I had a business that could help people, but nobody knew I existed. Then I started creating content and everything changed. In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what happened and why the only thing standing between you and a completely different life is hit and publish. Let me take you back 90 days ago. I had 27 years of business experience. I knew I could help business owners scale. I knew I had value to offer. But here's what my reality looked like. My YouTube channel had maybe 200 subscribers. Most of them were friends and family or old colleagues. My email list had 47 people on it. Most of them were my own emails where I was testing stuff. My revenue was inconsistent. Some months I'd hit 5K, some months I'd hit 15K. Nothing predictable. Nothing scalable. I was trading my time for money and working harder but not smarter. And the worst part, I was invisible. I knew I could help thousands of people, but they had no idea I existed. That was my reality. And maybe that's yours right now too. Then something clicked. I realized I don't have a knowledge problem, I have a visibility problem. Nobody knew who I was, nobody knew what I could do, so I made a decision. I was going to create content every single week for 90 days straight. Not perfect content, not viral content, just consistent content. I was going to document what I was learning, share what I knew, and actually help people. I was going to stop waiting until I felt ready, because here's the truth, you never actually feel ready. You just have to start. So on day one, I opened my camera, I recorded a video and hit publish. It was rough, the lighting was bad, I stumbled over my words, and it got maybe 47 views. But I did publish it, and that was the start. That one decision, just to start, changed everything. Let me show you what happened over those 90 days. In week 1 to 2, that's the awkward phase. The first 2 weeks were brutal. My videos looked amateur. I was reading from a script and it showed. My thumbnails looked like they were made on Microsoft Paint 20 years ago. And views, I was getting maybe like 50 views per video. No comments. I felt like I was shouting into a void, but I kept going because I committed to doing 90 days solid, not just 2 weeks. When I got to weeks 3 to 4, I started finding my voice. Around week 3, something shifted. I stopped trying to sound like other YouTubers. I started talking like myself. And I stopped making perfect videos and started making helpful videos. One video got 800 views, another one got 1200 views, and then 2000. And people were starting to comment. One person said, "This is exactly what I needed, thank you." That comment alone kept me going. When I got to like weeks 5 to 6, I started to have rhythm. I knew what topics were working. I knew how to script faster. My thumbnails got better. My delivery got cleaner. My email list went from 47 people to over 300. And something crazy happened. I got my first client from YouTube. Somebody watched 3 of my videos, joined my email list, and booked a 3K consulting package. That's when I knew this was real. When I got to about weeks 10 to 12, that's when the breakthrough happened. Last month was insane. One video hit 15,000 views, another one 22,000 views. My email list crossed 15,000 subscribers. I had 5 clients booked in 1 week, 5. And by day 90, my monthly revenue had gone from 5K to over 50. Same business, same offer, different visibility. All because I started creating content 90 days ago. So what actually changed in those 90 days? Here's what I learned. Consistency beats perfection. My best performing videos wasn't my most polished videos. It was the ones where I just showed up and solved a real problem. People don't want perfect, they want real, they want helpful. Stop waiting until your lighting is perfect or your script is flawless. Just start and you'll get better as you go along. Your story is your unfair advantage. Nobody can copy your experience, your story, your perspective. I stopped trying to sound like Gary Vee or Alex Hormozi. I started talking about my own 27 years in business, my own failures, my own wins, and what I learned along the way. That's when people started to connect with me. Content creates opportunities you can't predict. I thought content would get me clients originally, and it did. But it also got me other opportunities like speaking opportunities, podcasts, partnership offers, people reaching out to me with different ideas. Content also generates massive opportunities. 90 days is enough to start seeing results. You don't need a year. You don't need 500 videos. You just need 90 days of consistency, 20 videos, whatever you can do. But you need to commit to the full 90 days, because if you just look at week 1, it looks like a complete failure. But week 12 looks like a breakthrough, and most people quit halfway through. So don't be most people. Now, let me be honest with you about what this actually takes, because I don't want to sugarcoat it. It takes time. I spent about 4 to 6 hours a week on content, scripting, recording, editing, posting. That's real time. Time I had to carve away from other things I was already doing. But here's the thing, I was spending 10 hours a week on sales calls anyway. 4 to 6 hours on content got me better results than 40 hours of cold outreach. So yes, it does take time, but it's the best use of your time. It takes courage as well. Putting yourself out there is scary. You worry about what people think. You cringe at your own videos. You want to delete everything and hide. I mean, I deleted some of my own videos. I felt that every single week, but here's the truth. Nobody's watching you as closely as you think. And the people that do matter, your future clients, they're not judging you. They're just grateful you're helping them. It takes consistency. This is the hardest part. In week 3, you'll want to quit. Week 5, you're going to wonder whether it's actually worth it. Week 7, you'll feel like nothing's happening. But that's actually how you're building momentum. You just can't see it yet. You need to trust in the process and actually commit to the 90 days, no matter what. But it doesn't take perfection. You don't need a studio. You don't need fancy editing. You don't need to be natural on camera. You just need to start. Messy action beats perfect inaction every single time. So here's what I want you to do. Commit to the 90 days starting today. Not when you're ready, not after you figure other stuff out, today. Here's the 90-day challenge. Commit to posting at least twice a week for 90 days. That's about 20 pieces of content. That's it. Don't overthink the topics, just help people. Answer the questions that you get asked all the time. Share what you've learned. Document your journey. And don't you dare judge your results before the 90 days over, because week 1 will look like nothing and week 12 looks like everything. The only requirement is you have to actually go and do it, not plan it, not think about it, not wait until you feel confident. Just start, publish and repeat. 90 days from now, your life could look completely different, or it could look exactly the same. The only difference is whether you hit publish today. All right, so here's what to do next. If you're going to commit to the 90 days of content creation, comment 90 days down below. I want to see who's actually going to do this, and I'll check back in 90 days to see the results. If you want help with what to post, how to turn content into clients, how to build the actual system, I have a free 30-day email course. It's everything I've learned in 90 days condensed into a step-by-step system you can follow. The link's in the description. And if you want to track which content is actually generating revenue, not just views, check out Trace Revenue. That's how I know which videos are working. The link's also down below. 90 days ago, I was invisible. Today, I have an audience, I have clients, I have a business that's actually growing. Not because I'm special, not because I got lucky, because I started. And you need to do the same thing. You have the knowledge, you have the experience, you have something valuable to share. The only question is, will you actually start, or will you be in the same place 90 days from now, wishing you had started? Just start, and I'll see you in the next video.